So, Lauren, to start with, can I ask you how you met and what made you decide to work together?
Yeah, we actually met, we were working part-time in a shop. I was finishing my Masters in choreography and I needed someone to document the work that I was doing, and found out that Lauren was interested in photography and she'd done fine art, and then she came along and did that for me.
Yeah, so it was quite a simple project, just documenting your work, but it was actually on the bus journey home that it was a long bus journey, and we just got chatting about little details that we were interested in about Laura's work, and then we spoke about what I was doing. I finished my degree about a year before, and then we decided to just try out some projects together, see how that worked.
Can you tell us about the workshop you ran today?
It was really important for us to work with the young people as artists themselves, and not us giving them an agenda of what they should or shouldn't be doing. What we decided to do was to basically break down the processes that we go through when we approach creating a new work or altering something.
And the way we did that is we broke the day up into different sections. So we first of all started with an experimentation session, which was quite loud and a bit crazy, but we broke it down into having a table of random props, a table of like technical equipment that you could use, and then we had a box of tasks. And the idea was to be incredibly open to different things and to pick a task at random and try and apply that in some way, and just to let go of any restrictions you have within yourself about creating work, and being sort of non-precious about making work, and also not worrying about what anything looks like or what other people are doing. And it was just a really good way of waking everybody up, and there was some absolutely fantastic things that come out of that, and they was all improvised, and they worked on their own, they worked collaboratively, but they really took it on board, which was fantastic. And we ended up with a lot of mess, which was great, because you know you've had fun if there's a lot of mess. So.
And then we also did sight as well, took them out on the South Bank, and they just had a go at doing some of the ideas that they'd come up with from the first and second parts, and actually taking it out into the public realm and seeing if conceptually those ideas worked.
And to see how the public reacted to that and how it felt while you was doing it. And they got fantastic reactions from people, so that was great. After that we came back and we talked about simplifying our work. A lot of our work starts off quite big, and we will choose the bits that are relevant and really important and key to the work.
And logistically how they can actually have this amazing idea but still keep the essence of it, having no budget, having not lots of rehearsal time or an amazing venue or anything like that, how you can actually have this really great idea but still keep something, its integrity, and make sure that you don't feel like you're compromising on your ideas, but the core idea is still there, even if the work's completely different.
So, what inspires your work?
I think the main thing that inspires our work is the audience and the reaction that our work gets from an audience. And we just try each time we create a new work to make sure we think about the audience right from the beginning, and it's their reactions, I think, that inspires us the most to create work.
And with each work we try to maybe challenge the audience's perception of a work or our own, and our performers. Most of our work we actually use performers to do our work, so it's quite difficult finding people that can do what we want them to do and that are comfortable working with an audience in that way. But that relationship between the performer and the audience is definitely what inspires us to keep trying to push boundaries a little bit more.
Can you tell us about your work, Slow Dance?
Yeah, slow dance is pretty much what it says on the tin. We have a performer who has on some headphones, and they invite one audience member to slow dance with them. We don't have any signs or anything, so people don't really know what they're getting invited into. So sometimes people are a little bit dubious about joining in, but on the playlist we have lots of
Really
cheesy,
slow,
romantic Spandau ballet kind of vibe, and people just have a little dance together, somewhere quiet or out in public, depending on where we're showing it.
The best thing is when the performer goes and finds someone and takes them back to that area, so not everybody in the room sees it, because it's one of those things that people tend to get a bit put off by when they see someone do it. They think, oh, I wouldn't want to do that, but actually when people do it, they come out and their faces are actually quite lit up by it. Like
we've had so many different reactions to it as well. It's gone from one extreme to another. People hearing a slow song and panicking and literally straight away, or one performer was literally bear hugged for about 3 songs, and she was just like, her little head was popping out the top.
It's a great piece because it really breaks down the barrier between the audience and the performer, like you're actually physically touching them, and there's something that's incredibly rare. You don't have that level of contact with a stranger ever.
How do you document your work?
With our work being live and including audience, it's actually really tricky for us to document it successfully. So we've actually made some difficult decisions along the way to not film any of our work and not really intrude on the work itself. The most important thing for us is the experience between the audience and the performer. It's not about us having a film so that we can show it off to someone else. We always have a photographer who basically hides in a bush and will take a photo just so that we've got a record of it.
It doesn't affect the relationship between the audience and the performer.
Lauren, thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you again in the future.
Thank you.